And the other issue is you can be a woman and you can be married in a relationship and still have access to social media. And on social media, even though you're married, guys will still hit you up. And if some of those guys are better looking or higher status in your perception than your husband, then your husband becomes lower and lower. There's plenty of studies that show this. When men watch adult stuff, they deem their partners to be less attractive. When women are consistently see images of men that are more attractive than their husband, they consider their husband to be less attractive. It's just, that's the function. So that you take those two things, you put them together, men being taught to not be masculine, women being taught that they can just do better, then you're going to get into a situation like this where it's like, well, he's not really worth my time, but if he takes out the trash, I'll tolerate sex with him.
So I have a question. You know, like women get mad at their man for looking at other women on or liking a post on Instagram. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's what I consider.
I think it's bullshit.
Well,
Weird.
So here's the thing is if I am in a committed relationship with you, okay, and it's closed on your end and it's closed on my end, if I go and I flirt with a waitress or something, a waitress comes up to me and starts flirting with me or whatever, if I go out there and I make the effort, I'm selling myself. I have to be the one, men have to be the one to go out and make the approaches, to convince you to want to like me, to convince you to want to be with me. So men tend to take a position of being the salesman, the pitchman. If I want to sleep with you, I have to convince you to sleep with me, or I have to be good looking enough. There's something that is going to, like, whatever it is that's the trigger that gets you into bed with me, I still have to be the one to make the approach. I have to want to actually put myself out there and be the pitch man. For women, women advertise. All they have to do is look good and have the guy come up to them and say, this is the advertisement, this is what you're going to get if we sleep together. Okay? If we're both in a committed monogamous relationship and it is closed on your end and it's closed on my end, if I go and I pitch myself to somebody else, that's me cheating.
But like pitching yourself is talking, not liking a picture.
Exactly. But if I were to go and pitch myself and say, hey, to another woman or whatever, if I was on Instagram or whatever, and I was saying, hey, I'm available, whatever, that kind of stuff, you would say that that is cheating. If a woman goes on Instagram and she puts pictures of herself on Instagram and she makes it look like she is sexually available in some way, she is still advertising herself, but we don't call it that. We say that's her being an influencer. That's her wanting to look good. Any number of rationale that we can say, well, that's how she makes her money. That means she's on OnlyFans. Maybe she's got something else that's going on the side where she just wants to simply look good. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you an example of this right here if you want to look at the screen really quickly. On the left side there you have Leo Messi, who is one of the, would you say he's like one of the greatest soccer players of all time, Nico?
He is.
Yes, okay. That's his Instagram. On the other side is his, I guess that's his wife or his girlfriend. They're on a family vacation in Aruba or the Bahamas or something like that. Do you notice the difference between those two pictures there?
Photoshopped them out.
Someone is missing in the wife or the girlfriend's shot there. That's advertising.
She gets more by not showing pictures of him. And he actually gets more by showing pictures with her.
So essentially what you're doing is you've got a guy who presumes that he is in a monogamous relationship where it's closed on his end and closed on her end. And she chooses to remove the greatest soccer player of all time that probably has more sexual selectivity than any other guy on planet Earth. Yeah, he probably did. He's probably the Instagram husband who did that because he doesn't know any different. But that's also might be like the thing, like maybe like he obviously knows that she's posting these on Instagram.
Exactly.
So, but if that was the case, I would say he probably simply just doesn't know or doesn't realize that he's participating in the advertisement of making his wife look as if she's available.
I also think you have to look at the mindset of men and women. Women, like they're completely okay with not messaging back. And when a girl messages a guy, a lot of the time they will message back and interact with that person. And I think that's the problem. But I don't think liking a picture is cheating. I really don't. Would you say that liking a picture is pitching? Oh, because you know how many times we get likes on our Instagram
You're
photos?
saying there's malice behind it. Like the intent is there. The mens rea.
Yeah. Oh, you mean so if a guy is going to like a woman's picture on Instagram, then there is some intent to
I'll tell you what,
get with
if
them.
the man is high status enough,
because now he's pitching.
If the man is high status enough, then it is a pitch. Like for instance, if it's Drake who likes one of your photos and he's in a monogamous relationship, she's going to respond. That's the same as pitching. For a man who's low status, him liking your photo, meaningless, worthless. Let me see Bob's and Vagine. Why won't you write me back? Oh my God, I'm in love with you. That kind of stuff.
Just for the record, if I like your Instagram picture, it's not me pitching. It's me being professional.
No, if I like
a pro, I just do this for a living. I just work here.
You guys
so you agree it can be professional.
You like it? Yes.
Well,
Men and women have
she
two
had like
different
5
ideas
husbands.
of what peace is. Because to a man, peace is nothingness. Right? It's complete nothingness. I'm just sitting there doing nothing, not thinking about nothing, not thinking about you, not thinking about me, just focus on breathing and keeping my eyes open. The woman piece is validation for why there is nothingness. You understand? So she starts prodding you with questions like, why are you so quiet? Why is it so peaceful right now? Why aren't we like in a fight? Are you okay? You don't want to talk about it? Yeah, I just want to check in. I just want to check in and make sure we're still on the same page and going towards the same relationship goals. I just want to make sure, because like you just don't really. I feel like I'm always bringing this up, and like you don't ever bring it up. So I just want to make sure that we're headed to the same place. Dude, if I was on a plane and there was no turbulence, I wouldn't go to the cockpit and be like, "Why is there no turbulence? Are we still going to Dallas?"
That's hilarious.
I thought that was funny as hell because every time somebody brings up like, "Oh, I need a woman to be my peace," I'm like, "Get the f- out of here! There is no fucking peace. There's no peace. There's only war. Okay, there's never peace."